Hello, hello, beautiful people. I am feeling very, I don't know if magical is overrated, but I think the energy is definitely shifting. I'm finding that as you take the time to be more present, you actually do find other people that are trying to also be present in the moment. And I've definitely encountered some great conversations about people being who they need to be and what they are rather than conforming to anything. And it's so nice to see. For me, I never really thought that I'd be able to see people around me like that. And as I'm healing on this journey, it's so great to be able to find similar energies and be able to build off of that from there. So you truly do learn from anybody that you come in contact with. I mean, I'm talking about I had an hour-long conversation with a lady at a candy store. I had a conversation with two other ladies at the cosmetic section in a Shoppers Drug Mart about how everybody needs to take their masks off and this is getting ridiculous. And so it's very, very amazing to see this happening, right? Like I said, I don't think I ever thought I'd see it happen. I mean, I shouldn't really say it like that because I think I did see it, but then you just get so caught up in all of the bogusness of the outside world grossness. It's just some people, I find it, I guess, kind of amusing, really, because you can really see and feel the difference in people. Sometimes I dance or sing when I'm in my car, and I go to speed limit. I mean, I follow the rule or whatever. I'm not a super speeder, and if somebody's, I don't know, I assume they're having a bad day or something is going on within them. But some people can get really mad if they are behind me and I'm dancing or seeming to be singing along, driving the speed limit or slightly over. Once they get a chance to pass me, ooh-wee, it's like I really, really grind their gears. And then, I don't know if I mean, I think I would call it instant karma, is then we both get stopped at the red light. There's all those little things, right? Like you just witness, and I'm really much enjoying just the witnessing of everything that's happening and how people interact and react and respond. And are they listening? Was that just like an automatic response? Because boy, there are a lot of automatic responses out there. Which is also funny, but that's just the way it is. It's the way it is out there. Out there, out and about. Yeah, I think I think what I was thinking about was I wanted to talk about like when you're a kid and you're like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be. And I know I've mentioned before that I don't have a lot. My memories from childhood are coming back slowly, but I also kind of dig around sometimes. And I always like remembered that I wanted to always be a flight attendant, which was cool. I still think that's cool, but like a flight attendant, like when it was cool. Like in the 60s or the 70s, that's when I want to be a flight attendant. I don't really want to be a flight attendant today because I just don't think it's just different. It's like any job, right? They evolve as people do, and I don't really want to be a flight attendant today. I want to be a flight attendant then. Anyway, whatever, getting back to that. But then it was always a thing, which I always looked back and thought that's so weird, right? I don't remember where that came from. So that wasn't a thing that came up. Was like, oh yeah, maybe I just because I like traveling. I traveled alone sometimes, so I did get escorted by travel or, um, you know what I mean? Flight attendants. Because when you travel alone and you're under a certain age, you have to be, anyway, whatever. But I can't figure out what I wanted to be before that. Because I was pretty older. There had to have been something. Like, because as I grow with my kids, it's like they have things at different ages that they've always wanted. Oh, I always want to be. It resolves around their interests. And I'm like, but what were my interests? Because it's usually what you kind of go for. I mean, that's the freaking point of the whole idea of anyway, that can be another thing. But you're supposed to do what you want to do because you love it. And then anyway. And then I was a chubby kid. I mean, and again, that could also be a totally another video on its own. So anyway, but then it was always like, well, you probably won't be able to be a flight attendant because flight attendants, they have to be a certain height and they have to be a certain weight, and that I don't know if that's still a thing or not. I don't think so. And you have to be so skinny because you have to be able to get between the cart and the aisle and da 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 da. There's all these restrictions on this career that I don't know where it came from, but that's what I want to be when I grow up. That's it. But where did it come from and why? And why was it only that? Like, only that. What about anything else? Like, nothing, no interest. I figure skated. Did I love it? I don't think so. There was years I skated like freaking 6 nights a week. It fucking sucked, man. I wasn't even great at it. I did it. I got better at it. I didn't love it. I don't know. Like, why didn't I do other stuff? Like, why didn't I continue drawing? Why didn't I? That's the thing. Like, why didn't I? Where? Where and why does that stuff stop? I mean, now it's not stopping as much, and that kind of goes back to my conversation about people having good conversations with people right now, because I'm even noticing what they're presenting at schools, or listening to kids talk that are like 13, 12. I've had the opportunity to listen to some people in their 20s speak, And the knowledge and the wisdom that comes out of some of these people is just so amazing. It amazes me because there were not people like that around when I was growing up. It was like I was talking to people that were just so off.